Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth. And we are here in the Burning Steppes, guys. We are continuing our quest for the Waste of Time, and our next clue leads us here. Now, the clue that we got in the Blasted Lands at the end of the last episode was Brash Remains. Now, the anagram of that is Brain Smasher. Excuse me. Brain Smasher refers to one of my favorite orcs, Ogrim Doomhammer. When the Alliance were pushing the Blackrock orcs back to Blackrock Mountain, Ogrim did kind of a desperate last-ditch effort to break the line, so he charged Lothar and actually caved his skull in with the Doomhammer. So, great reference. The next clue is actually... Here we go. Got some bloodied remains here right before you get to the ramp to enter Blackrock Mountain. And there you are. A worn helm. Sense the figs. So I guess that's engraved onto the helmet itself. Interesting. So we go from Brash Remains to Sense the Figs. And Sense the Figs is an anagram of sight defense. Now, when you think of sight defense, it could be Eyes of Kilrog, all kinds of different things. Eyes play a really big role in a lot of stuff here in World of Warcraft, especially when reference to the old gods. And here's Lothar's statue, I guess to recognize where he fell. But sight defense in this instance actually refers to Dalaran. When the orcs were hunting for magical items, they were trying to steal the Eye of Dalaran, and it was assaulted by both Deathwing and Gorefiend. And Antonidas sensed that Dalaran's defenses couldn't hold, and he couldn't stop them from stealing the Eye. So, we need to head to Dalaran, but not Dalaran in Legion. We need to head to Old Dalaran in Northrend to get the next clue, and I believe it is near Antonidas' statue, which is appropriate, so I will head that way and see you guys there. Now, I still don't know how in the lore they explain that there are two Dalarans, one over Northrend and one over the Broken Isles. I guess it's just kind of depending where you are in the timeline and which adventure you go on to. But the biggest difference, actually there's a lot of differences between Legion Dalaran and Northrend Dalaran. See, there's no big tower in the middle. That's probably one of the biggest differences. Okay, so here's the statue to Antonidas. And the clue should be over here near this flower bed. You? Aha! A leafy leaf. Why, a leafy leaf? I'm not sure. But something is written on the leafy leaf. Phantasmal hosts? Question mark? Now you need to remember that all of these are anagrams, because when I hear phantasmal host, the first thing that pops in my head is Karazhan. Because Morose is having the party, there's all the ghostly people dancing in the ballroom, it just seems like that would be appropriate, right? But Phantasmal Host is an anagram of the Lost Shaman's Path. And when I think of Lost Shaman, I think of Ner'zhul, who ended up becoming part of the Lich King, and particularly the armor. And so that's going to lead us actually to Outland, to Akadun, the destroyed one. That is three dungeons? Yeah, it's Sethek Hall's... It's Sethek Hall's, Shadow Labs, and one more. It's the one with all the Draenei ghosts. I can't remember it off the top of my head. To the adventure guide. Doom. Sethek Hall's Manitombs. There we go. Oh yeah, and the crypts, so it's actually four. 4 dungeons. So the crypts is what I was talking about with all the Draenei ghosts. I always went to Sethek Halls or Shadow Labs predominantly. But let's go ahead and just take the portal to Shatrath. So that's a reference, of course, to Ner'zhul, who used to be a shaman, and is actually one of the primary reasons that Durotan, Thrall's father, was able to escape the Shadow Council. He paid for it, though. But Ner'zhul's a very, very interesting character in Warcraft. One of the biggest regrets in the terms of them, like, kind of retconning the lore is the fact that they said that Ner'zhul's consciousness has pretty much was destroyed by Arthas, which I think sucks. I think Ner'zhul definitely needed to be a part of that, but it's okay. Now, there's other fallen shamans, of course. Kilrog Deadeye, I believe, was also I don't know if it was Deadeye. Might have been his father. But Kilrog was a shaman. He died actually during the Battle of Akadun. So that makes sense. So the Shadow Labs was the southernmost dungeon. Am I correct in that? Oh, look at the towers. No one takes the towers anymore. Yep. Good old Murmur. Now, I believe that we actually don't have to go in. We are looking for a particular basket. Let's see here. Shady dealer. Mm-hmm. I don't know, we actually may have to go inside. Gotta see... Because I know there are, like, stuff set up inside as well. Oh, they don't do that anymore. We need doors opening ominously. And a switch to actually close said door. A little bit of flavor is cool. Ah, here we go. Okay, is it this? Yes, the musty cloth inside the basket. This is technically a basket, more like a manger. Scarce odds still, which definitely represents a lot of struggles that both Horde and Alliance have had to deal with in the Warcraft timeline. Now, this is one of those obscure ones. It's actually referring to multiple things. Scarce odds still is an anagram of Castle Disc Lord. And kind of like, that? So, this is referring to 3 different things. The disc, and this is the most important part of this, is referring to the Demon Soul. The disc-like object that Deathwing obsessed over as one of the primary narrative objects in Cataclysm and in the Warcraft lore, to be honest. The castle is Grim Batol. That's where the Dragon Maw orcs are currently based still. And they are technically in possession of said Demon Soul. And the Lord is Davil Prestor. So this is actually going to lead us to Grim Batol. The other ones, the disc and the Lord part of it aren't nearly as important as just knowing where we need to go, and that's Grim Batol. So that's going to take us all the way to the Twilight Highlands. So I'm going to go ahead and travel that way. I'm trying to think of the quickest way to get there. Excuse you. But yeah, I will travel that direction and see you guys there. Alright. Here we are in the Twilight Highlands. Such a lovely location. I actually really don't like the Bastion of Twilight because it's actually taller than Blackrock Mountain. I'm just like, aw. Blackrock lost their crown. Of course, that pales in comparison to the Hyjal, but that's in Kalimdor. That's okay, though. So the entrance to Grim Batol is actually over here. And there was a similar entrance in Vanilla that was it kind of alluded to things to come, which I appreciated. By the way, I probably should go ahead and explain. Oh, look at all those dragons. The Davil Prestor that I was talking about earlier. Some of you may be like, who's Davil Prestor? That was actually Deathwing in human form. Just like Onyxia had a human form and all of that, so... Okay, so here we are. The lovely former Dwarven Kingdom. And we need to find a fence line. Of all things. So let's see what we can find here. Oh, is this it? There's the fence. Oh, found right here. Alright, so we got this. The tree is a good sign. So we got this hammer and a broken tablet. And starfish droplets. So, starfish droplets is an anagram of Herald's first stop. So, when you think of Herald, there's definitely a lot of Heralds, but probably the one that is most recognizable in the lore is Cho'Gall, the ogre who is considered the herald to the old ones. He's the herald of the hour of twilight, all kinds of stuff. So the first stop is referring to Feralus, where he fights with Grona Half-Orc and actually bests her, which is saying something because Grona is a very sore loser. So we've got to go all the way to Kalimdor. There's actually a stop that takes us to Kalimdor. Holy crap. And we got to go all the way down here to Feralus. So I will go ahead and see you guys in the forest. So I figured the fastest way to actually get to Feralus without taking the flight point from Orgrimmar is to take the portal here in Ulduar. Orgrimmar, Ulduar, all the R's.
Zug zug.
See, got a little bit of a closer flight. Oh no, it connects through Teneret? Wow, okay. Fine, let's ignore Ungoro Crater. I guess they just kind of want to get as far around the giant sword as possible. Also, I guess when they added the giant sword, they didn't think of animations to actually fly around it. That's a shame. Well, it's okay. We'll go ahead and just do it.
Be safe.
And I can tell you guys kind of what the plan is. This may be a shorter episode than normal, just because I'm actually going back to work for the first time since the whole unpleasantness began. So I'm kind of getting back into the swing of waking up early, recording videos, heading to work. It's just going to be a little bit of slow going there for a while. But in terms of what we're going to be doing this week, I still have to go get all the different items needed to finish this, because we're going to go on another little scavenger hunt, which should be interesting. Or at least going to get to one of the final points of this hunt. We have to find a certain someone. But after we are done with... once we get to that point, I kind of want to focus on getting the Waste of Time. And then after that, we're going to do the final length of our Torn Pages. Off camera, I've gone ahead and I actually find doing the harder sections of Orgrimmar, at least one in particular, to be quite easy to farm. So I'm on the very last leg of the the Final Truth, the Torn Pages. Just need 2 more to go. The Shroud is at level 14, so we're about to come to the end of the storyline part of it. Oh, well. I stand corrected. We are flying into Silithus. Huh. So we're going to fly from Silithus all the way to Teneris? Is that what we're going to do? I would like to think not. I'd like to think that we're heading just straight to Feralus. But, yeah, we've only got 2 more pages, and since we're in Stormwind and haven't seen a whole lot of Stormwind, after we get the Waste of Time, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 sections of Stormwind, and maybe even the secondary sections, I'm not sure. Get the final 2 Torn Pages and hand those off to Wrathion, who is not doing well, by the way. I've kind of spared you guys from doing just the turn-ins before he just gives us the same quest over and over again, but he is determined that he is the only one who can read those pages. But instead of like, no, I'm the only one who can read these pages, he's like, I'm the only one who can read these pages. You can, and it's subtle. I love the writing is very subtle because there's no like twitches or heh 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 or anything like that. It's just his personality has shifted just a little bit, that you can tell he is kind of being affected by just reading these tomes. Like even a dragon, even the son of Deathwing. Actually, that's probably because he's the son of Deathwing. But it probably would have driven anyone else insane already. So we'll see what the inevitable conclusion of that is. And after we're done with that, guys, we don't really have a whole lot to do other than head into Nyalotha and deal with N'Zoth. I think that's pretty much the end of all the storyline-based stuff for Battle for Azeroth. It's been a very long and fun road. I'll tell you that. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what to feel. Especially after taking that and taking a 6-month hiatus. It doesn't seem like Battle for Azeroth has had a ton of stuff. We've had a lot of good times. I really do like the adventure, but there doesn't seem to be nearly as much content as there was during Legion. That may just be me, though. Of course, there's also stuff like the island expeditions and all that. There's a lot of other gimmicks around it, but in terms of quest line and story, which I focused with the Legion playthrough, I don't know. Though I do have to say that I like the compact stories that were told in this expansion. Especially the story of, Zandalar's rise and fall and rise again. It's good stuff. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure where in Fairless we need to go, guys. Is it actually Dire Maul itself? I don't think so. Like in anything, we have to look for ruins. And one of the things that apparently I've been told to hunt for is like non-hostile NPCs. But there's a ton of hostile NPCs. Ogres everywhere. And Master Pet Trainer. I guess it could be near the Alliance, near Feathermoon? Well, let me go ahead and see what I can find here, guys. Be right back. Alright, so I don't know if there's necessarily friendly NPCs here, but this is the location that we need to be hunting. We are looking for a torch that is just kind of... I love the ochre dance. It's so good. Good old Chris Farley from SNL. Ooh, is that it right there? I think it's a burn. We're looking for like a burnt up torch sticking out of the ground. That's apparently... Alright, you guys are very much not what I need. And there's ruins everywhere, so... This fits the... Woo! Treasure chest! It's an old treasure chest, sir, but it checks out. Oh, kaleidoscope chain. Kind of useless since I use heirlooms these days from my alts, but... Might be able to get a few coins from that in the auction house. Alright. I just know the general location. We just need to hunt it down. And then after this, I think we've just got one more hint to go. Which is awesome. So let's see. Gotta look. There's a tower. I think it might be relatively close here. Got a campfire. Yeah, I'm probably staring right at it and just not noticing. Ooh, you got claws. Thank you for your charitable donation. Now, this one you figure would actually be fairly easy to find, just because it's apparently a torch sticking out of the ground. We've dealt with pebbles and God knows what else. Maybe someone already grabbed it. Or I'm just probably looking in the wrong spot. Which has also been known to happen. There it is. Look how well cloaked that is. Ashed torch. And the last clue is a daft tormentor's fog. And yes, the person who developed this is definitely a daft tormentor. So that is an anagram to a forgotten farmstead. And this, fortunately, has nothing to do with the Chronicle. It does have something to do with how the map is compiled. On the coast of Azeroth Highlands, there is a dwarven farm that's not marked on any map. It's like been forgotten to the ages. So we've got to go all the way over to the Eastern Kingdoms, to the Azeroth Highlands, and find this farm. And we will find a very, very interesting character there, guys. So how am I going to get there quickly? To Azeroth Highlands. Oh no, that's the hinterlands. Hammerfall. Man, it'd be nice if there was a portal. But there is not. So I guess Twilight Highlands would be the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and take that portal back at Ogremar to Twilight Highlands and work our way up. And I'll see you along the coastline. So we're back in the Twilight Highlands and working our way to the Azeroth Highlands. And actually fairly easy, because if you look at the Azeroth Highlands map, there's a nice little area here at the coast with some farms. So that should be interesting. Before they put in this quest, I'm sure some RP guilds probably just found that and started using it as like their guild hall or something. One of these days, guys, there'll be guild halls and player housing, I hope, before they shut it all down. You know, probably need to pay attention where I'm going here. Don't want to head out into the fatigue zone. Don't want to deal with that again. See, that right there is what I'm talking about. If you kind of go off the beaten track, you can see the Alliance fleet here, and I'm curious if we can actually land on those. I don't really want to risk it, though. Phalanges. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our fatigue up, and we're just going to sail across. I always get the Azeroth Highlands and Hinterlands mixed up, and I've leveled there quite a bit on characters. For some reason, I always think of, trolls are in the Azeroth Highlands, and like, nope, that's the other way. Wretch, what are you doing? Oh, this looks very nice, actually. Right off the coast of the Forbidden Sea, or Forbidding Sea. And you see there's the, oh, okay, here's the Horde troll village that way. It's like Witherbark? Reventusk. Okay, I should know that. It has Revan in the name. But our long hunt has brought us here, guys. So we head down and see. There's someone that we're hunting. I got all the clues. There should be someone here. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Dwarven fire compared to orcish fire. Well, that is unfortunate. He should be, like, just in here waiting for us. Oh, nice still. Is he in the toilet? Hello? Is this the only... Also, we need to check and see if this is the only farmhouse. I have this horrible feeling that if I have double tapped anything, any of the clues, I'm going to have to do it all over again. Which will make me the saddest of pandas, if that is actually accurate. I'm like, please let there be, like, another farmhouse. Okay, we'll try one more time. And then I actually might even just log out and log back in and see if that'll do it. Oh, not good. Not good. Alright, I'm gonna log out and log back in, guys. One moment. And also see if I've messed myself up. So I logged in and out, and there is no one there, but I figured out what we need to do potentially. And I completely forgot this about the Azeroth Highlands. There is 2 versions of it. So we need to go talk to Zadormi, I believe is the name of... Yeah, Zadormi, and travel to another point in the Azeroth Highlands history. And then head to the farm. Because I don't think it's going to be... touched at all. I don't remember if I'm in... I forgot what the difference is in the Azeroth Highlands. I see that everything is red. Oh, that's because I have a flag. Because I entered Alliance Seas, apparently. I'm pretty sure this is old Azeroth Islands. Untouched and unspoiled. I think it got hit by a bit of the old cataclysm. Oh, it also could be... Oh, this could be the Alliance, the PvP zone. Oh, that's why I'm flagged. Never mind. I forgot this was one of the battlegrounds in, I believe in... Was it Arathi Legion or BFA? I don't know. As you guys know, I have a horrible memory.
Greetings. Be careful.
Before the war broke out. Okay, so definitely BFA. Now we're in good shape. Yeah. And I remember now it is BFA because we did do the Arathi battle once. We did that and we did the Dark Shore battle once. I remember. And check it out, the farm actually is not on the map in Old Arathi. Interesting. So I guess when you're doing the battleground, it gives you a little bit of a clue. Forgot that a zone that everyone, a lot of Forsaken players, have spent time here in Azeroth Highlands. Forsaken and Blood Elves. And got turned into the PvP zone. Right, so the farm is here. It is untouched. The fleet is still here. It is very foggy. Now, let's go ahead and try this again. Aha!
Oh my, visitors. And I haven't a thing to wear.
So, this is Grimmy. Grimmy, I don't know if we've actually seen anyone use him have him as a mini pet around, that I may have mentioned it, but this is the person that we've been hunting this entire time, guys. An awesome looking skeletal gnome.
Oh, hello. I don't get many visitors out here, you'll have to excuse the mess.
So there's not a whole lot of things that Grimmy will currently say, but if I believe there is a table here with a list. Grimmy's list of friends. List of my friends. First is SN. You've always smelt so good. Second is TM. You smelled like burning wood. Third is FD. Though you smelled like fell. Last is OM. I hated that fishy smell. Don't we all, Grimmy? Don't we all? Alright. So, this is... as you saw, Grimmy didn't have a whole lot to say to us. That's where we're going to have to get a particular list of items to wear to talk to him. And I'll explain all of that, guys, in the next episode. I hope you all have enjoyed it. I'm not sure how much longer we'll be doing the stuff here, but after this, like I said before, we'll get the final 2 pages of the final truth, and I guess we'll make our preparations to deal with N'Zoth. So that's kind of our timeline, our outline of what's to come here in the series. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, actually, let's go ahead and end this near Grimmy. I mean, we've traveled this far, right? I do really like the skin, or the lack of skin, on this gnome. Hey, yo, Smee, come over here. It's going to be a nice little portrait. Take a selfie. Oh. Alright, there we go. Smee will just have to stay out of it. But hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time.
Peace. Or not.
Later days, everyone.